Visual novel. A visual novel is a very popular form of interactive game in Japan, constituting a majority of video game sales. Invented in the 1990s, visual novels include standard visual novels with only narration, as well as adventure games requiring large amounts of problem solving. Some of the most popular in Japan include Steins Gate, Haruka, Beyond the Stream of Time, and Danganronpa. An example of an American anime visual novel is Dan Salvato's Doki Doki Literature Club. Manga. The word manga can be roughly translated to whimsical or impromptu pictures. Manga describes black and white Japanese comic books, usually containing 2 to 4 panels or cells per page, and printed on newspaper. These comics are later colorized and converted into the anime that you know and love. The father of anime, Osamu Tezuka, which kind of reminds me of the name Osama, is credited as the father of anime. He is best known for works such as Astro Boy and Kimba the White Lion, which Disney is controversially alleged to have co-opted when they first came up with Simba in The Lion King. Another notable manga and anime artist is Hayao Miyazaki, known for works such as Princess Mononoke and Kiki's Delivery Service. Mecha. Mecha is a science fiction genre that originated in 1952 with the manga series Astro Boy, originally known as The Mighty Atom in Japan. Mecha can include humanoid robots such as Astro Boy, as well as human characters piloting human-like robots such as those seen in the Gurren Lagann or the Code Geass series. Mecha and other early anime were supposedly influenced by the Kaga-e shadow puppet shows of the 17th century, as well as the Bunraku puppet theaters dating back to the 1730s, which were often more popular than live-action kabuki theater. Hentai. Hentai can be translated to mean a weird or strange-looking perversion. Hentai is primarily perverted or sexual content intended for a heterosexual male audience. Hentai manga comics are usually marked as 18+, so that they can be differentiated from more child-friendly comics. Hentai combines the erotic nature of 16th century Japanese art called shunga, forbidden at the time, with the cute and comical art style ushered in by the Osamu Tezuka and others. The portrayal of tentacle sex has been used to get around censorship, forbidding depictions of real sexual acts. Suzumi Funi, 1932, is one of the oldest hentai, and more recently it can be seen in Sexy Sailor Soldiers in 2011. Yaoi, boys love, bala. Yaoi, or boys love, is a male homoerotic manga created for women. Bala is a gay manga created for homosexual men. Unlike in the West, there is a strong demand for such content by the female readership, comprising 85% of the audience. This is very similar to how some heterosexual Western men can be aroused by lesbianism or bisexuality. Anyway, there's plenty of this kind of thing on US TV already. Next. Yuri. Yuri. Yuri, or Girls Love, is a manga or fiction novel depicting lesbianism. Yuri was originally intended for a female audience in the 1970s, but became more popular with a male audience over time. Who would have thunk? The 1990s era Sailor Moon series was released for a female audience, and Yurikuma Arashi, 2015, is a more recent example of the genre. Likewise, the visual novel Doki Doki Literature Club even featured a character named Yuri, which I originally thought was Russian, as my friend Softy often referred to her as Soviet comrade Yuri. Lolicon. The term loli, or lolicon, is derived from Russian author Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita, a novel about a man who lost his female friend to typhus in their youth and subsequently became infatuated with underage girls. Now, I'm not going to show any lolicon, so please enjoy the footage of these plushy animals instead. Lolicon falls under the category ero kawaii, or erotic cute. As you can imagine, this is borderline pedo tier stuff, and Japan's Liberal Democratic Party has attempted to ban it altogether in the past. Characters are usually dressed in schoolgirl outfits and even moonlight as prostitutes. Shockingly, loli material was originally intended for children, but eventually made its way to an adult audience over time. Harem. Harem anime or manga usually involves a love triangle where a male character is surrounded by multiple female love interests. There can also be harem anime that includes a same-sex love triangle or a male harem with a main character who is female. In some cases, the main character decides to pursue a relationship with one of the members of the harem. In other cases, the protagonist decides to send all of his potential sweethearts away empty-handed. Examples include High School of the Dead and Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Seiyū. A seiyū is a Japanese voice actor for anime or any corresponding songs or video games that go along with the series. Aya Hirano is one notable voice actress with major roles in series such as The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya and Death Note, where she played several central characters while pursuing a musical career as a pop singer. In 2011, Hirano's career took a downturn when it was discovered that she was involved in sexual relationships with multiple members of her band, making it difficult for her career to recover, as anime actresses are typically fetishized as virgins by their mainly male audience. J-pop songs. J-pop is the Japanese version of K-pop from Korea. Both can be traced back to the 1990s and have their origins in older, Western-style rock or pop music, such as the Beatles or Britney Spears. Many J-pop groups are made up of idols, manufactured to be cute, bubbly, and energetic. Baby Metal and Scandal are two examples. Typically, J-pop songs made for TV are aired at the beginning or end of an anime episode, often as the theme of the show. Cosplay. Cosplay, or costume play, involves a costume performance or dressing up for a festival, which can be traced back to the theaters, balls, and carnivals of old Europe. In Japan, cosplayers often dress as anime characters and travel to a market, festival, or comic convention in order to get pictures taken and mingle with other like-minded anime fans. There are a wide variety of outfits and themes. Catgirl. A catgirl is one type of cosplay outfit that is portrayed in anime series. The ears can be part of a costume attached to something like a maid outfit, or they can be something more supernatural and be attached to the individual's body, like the character Holo from the Spice and Wolf series, except in this case, she has wolf ears. The concept first appeared in the 1920s and was even influenced by American characters such as Catwoman. Moe. My Japanese friend says that it's difficult to really explain the term moe, but for the sake of argument, let's just say that it describes a feeling of attraction towards a cute character that is not romantically or physically attainable, since it's a cartoon. The term may have come from the character Hotaru Tomoe in the Sailor Moon series, and the Akihabara district of Tokyo is famous for its display of anime and moe culture. There are even maid cafes in Akihabara where you pay extra for a waitress in a maid outfit to serve you, in addition to the food itself. So moe can also be about entertaining formerly latent fantasies. Weeaboo. A weeaboo is a Western or non-Japanese person who is obsessed with Japanese culture and is usually stereotyped as nerdy and sexually inexperienced. Additionally, the term often carries a derogatory meaning when directed towards the subject. In the past, Japan was shrouded in mystery as it was closed to trade and most visitors until the 19th century, and even today the purity of Japanese culture and its mystique can attract outsiders living in a dystopian Western society. Otaku. Otaku is a term used to describe those who have an obsession with anime and manga. More generally, the term can be used to describe a nerd or a member of an anime club, and otakus can also hold niche interests beyond manga and anime, as there are idol otakus, computer otakus, auto-obsessed otakus, and similar clubs. Though rare, a few otakus have even been linked to kidnappings, stalkings, and murders, such as the 1989 otaku murder case, but it generally has nothing to do with violence or extremism. Tsundere. Referring to someone as a tsundere describes a person, usually a girl, who is standoffish and biting in her attitude towards the male protagonist. In Western culture, this attitude could be compared to someone who is playing hard to get, or when someone negs their love interest with a backhanded compliment. Eventually, the character's defenses are broken down, and their sweet and sensitive side is finally revealed for their love interest to see. For example, Kurisu in the Steins Gate series was referred to by Okabe Rintaro as a tsundere. Yandere. Someone who is a yandere is a person who demonstrates extreme affection and devotion towards their love interest. It is often a female whose devotion will typically reach a point of obsession and overprotection that will ultimately result in violence and rage. As in liberal Western culture, these characters could almost be viewed as strong women, but their motivations are not centered around self-fulfillment. In contrast, they act in order to defend their man or fulfill his fantasies. Mikasa Ackerman is an example of a yandere protecting her adopted brother Eren in the Attack on Titan series. Best Girl. Given the large male anime audience and men's visual nature, friends watching a series will often choose their favorite female character. Now, I'm not going to say that it's 90% based on looks or cuteness, but it actually is. And other good traits too, blah blah blah. Waifu husbando. In the spirit of Best Girl, viewers might want to take their infatuation with the character to the next level. Short of actually consummating their relationship with their robotic manifestation, which I'm told is in style these days, why not grab lunch with a cardboard cutout or virtual bot of your favorite live-in cartoon girlfriend? Interestingly, the English word wife became popular in Japan because traditional Japanese term for wife is kanai, which actually means inside the house. And the word for husband, shujin, means master, so they try to get away from this. To me, this culture is even more based than grammatical gendering in Spanish. Zettai yoiki. Zettai yoiki, or absolute territory, refers to the gap between a girl's socks and her miniskirt, if she is wearing her government-sanctioned schoolgirl outfit, of course. The term originates from the series Neon Genesis Evangelion, where a protective shield guarded a holy area none can intrude upon from enemy attacks. In the female context, the holy area has its own golden ratio of 4:1:2.5, which shows just enough leg, but not too much. Sounds like skirt regulations at the Catholic school I went to. Chan, san, kun. Japanese honorifics can change drastically based upon who is being addressed by the speaker. Using the incorrect honorific could be seen as rude or highly insulting, and anime characters do tend to be a bit sassy. For instance, chan is a casual term of endearment that would be considered condescending when used around a superior. Kun is an honorific for men in general, as well as for use by a superior towards a junior associate. And san is used by people of equal status, usually as an equivalent to Mr. or Miss in English. In fact, even animals may receive this title. Senpai. A senpai, or earlier colleague, describes an older, more experienced workmate or mentor. The concept has its roots in Chinese Confucian culture, which encourages the youth to respect and learn from their elders. In Japanese society, the kohai, or trainee, carries out menial tasks so that they can eventually gain respect and experience. One funny anime meme, "Notice me, senpai," has developed out of this concept. Hentai with senpai, anyone?
Senpai! Please notice me, senpai! Please notice me, senpai! Notice me, senpai! Notice me, senpai! Notice me! Please notice me! What is he doing?
Nani. When simply translated, the word nani is equivalent to what in English, but the context of the word can vary based upon how it is used in a sentence. The term has become popular in anime culture because of the 1983 Fist of the North Star meme, in which one character exclaims, "Omae wa moi shinderu," "You are already dead," followed by the other character asking, "Nani?" before his head begins to explode. Arigato. Arigato means thank you in Japanese. Domo arigato means thank you very much. Plus, that's the name of a song. Usually, a cute geisha-type girl will say this at some point in anime. Arigato. It's very moe. There's even a 1996 manga called Arigato. Ahoge. Ahoge means foolish hair, and ahoge is sort of like a cowlick in the center of the hair, and the heads of the most carefree characters are often adorned with one. It is usually a large lock of hair, and females have them more commonly than males. Fan service. Fan service usually describes content in an anime or manga that is sexually suggestive or revealing, typically for the pleasure of a male audience. Fan service can range anywhere from a girl in a bikini to nudity or even borderline cartoon porn. The term originated in the late 1980s, and it can even describe cool robot fighting scenes or action scenes that please the fans, although fan service is less commonly understood to refer to this. Tears, bloody nose, etc. There are quite a few visual novels or anime in which the characters display an excessive amount of fluid when they are upset or excited. In emotional scenes, the characters are sometimes very literally gushing with fluids from their faces, which can be pretty comical or disturbing at times. Another strange attribute of anime characters is the bloody nose that they get when they become sexually aroused. The theory behind the bloody nose is that your blood pressure increases as you become excited, causing blood flow all the way from your nose, which I don't think it works quite like that. Facial expressions. In addition to the weird fluids, characters often blush a distinctive red tinge when they are embarrassed. Their eyes become beady when they are shocked or dazed, and they are drawn in an exaggerated and creaturesque style when they are happy and enthusiastic. Sometimes artists have a distinct or exotic way of expressing themselves in anime. Chibi. Chibi is used to refer to a character who is short, small, and cute. These characters typically have squatty limbs and their heads are usually oversized. Chibi artwork is a comedic technique first used in Dragon Ball Z. Omake. Omake means extra. The extras are the bonus material at the end of a DVD, like deleted scenes, outtakes, or bloopers. Sometimes omake contain comedy sketches drawn in the chibi style, where characters misbehave or joke around. There are usually plenty of fluids and weird facial expressions to boot. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, senpai.